What's up, Vape Fam? Today we're going to be discussing the Micro One starter kit from Smok, or Smok, however you prefer to pronounce it. How well does the Micro TFV4 compare to the real TFV4? We'll talk about that after we go up close for the breakdown to see what makes this kit vape. Alright, here we are up close with the Micro One Kit. So the packaging it comes in. On the back, find a list of all the stuff inside of the kit, description, warning, barcode. It's a plain black box. Right on top is the mod. This is an upgraded version of the M80 Pro. It's called the R80. Just some small cosmetic differences. The M80 had some ridges along this back side here. It also, the silver extended all the way to the top, and the top and the bottom were recessed into the silver portion of it. Other than that, it looks very similar. Pull this out. Inside you've got some booklets, an instruction book. It's all in English. It's a pretty big book. It goes through all the stuff that's in the kit. It goes through the different coils. It goes through the different menus on the mod. It goes through the changing out of the glass pieces for the tank and the chimney extension for the extended tank. I'll show you that in a minute. Authenticity card. And down inside the kit you have your tank, your bag that has the chimney adapter, a second gasket for the fill side, and some O-rings, charging cable for the mod, a little vape band, the extra large piece of glass, your second coil sitting off to the side, and then your tank, which is what we will start with here. There's your tank. This is the smaller glass piece without the chimney adapter. It has a shortened version of the same drip tip that is in the TFV4. The inside is a plastic, or I can't really tell if it's acrylic. I think it's a plastic, whereas on the TFV4 it was metal as well. It uses that same fill system, the flip open top. Smaller chimney, so the coils from the TFV4 will not fit it. It's got nowhere to thread onto the coil itself. This doesn't fit in there. Let me see. I've got one here. This is from TFV4. You can see this doesn't thread into there. The hole diameter is much too different. So you do have to use the micro TFV4 coils. Difference between the smaller piece of glass and the larger piece of glass. I find that the smaller piece of glass does give you a little bit more flavor, but the larger piece of glass does hold 1 milliliter more juice. 2.5 milliliters with the smaller glass and 3.5 milliliters with the taller glass. The bottom has 4 adjustable airflow slots. The 510 does not protrude much at all, but coming in a kit you're probably going to use it with the mod it comes with anyway. That is the base. To put the chimney adapter in is really straightforward and easy. Take your coil, just thread it into the base for now. take the top here, the chimney adapter just screws right onto those top threads. That's all there is to it. You just put the larger piece of glass onto the base, and the chimney adapter will take care of the extra room. Just like that. You see the difference. That is pretty straightforward for the tank. If you had a TFV4, it's very similar. I did take apart ahead of time to save a few minutes the fuse Clapton coil. It is indeed a fuse Clapton coil. There are 2 core wires in there. You can see them here. There you go. I wanted to make sure, because it does have 1 wire coming off each end. They do change to 2 smaller gauge wires inside of the Clapton itself. So it is a fuse Clapton. Japanese cot. Onto the mod itself. I'm going to skip a lot of the shortcut buttons and stuff like that because the book does a really good job describing it. Things like holding, up and down to lock your wattage or unlock your wattage and your temperature settings. I'm going to focus on the menu. This is an 80-watt device. It is 4000 mAh. Internal battery. The charge port is on the bottom here. 3 clicks takes you into the menu. You have your mode, so wattage, temperature. The next one is your wire selection, so if you're in temperature mode and you're running nickel, titanium, stainless, you can choose that there. The third one adjusts your type of hit, so hard, medium, soft. You've probably seen it before on other Smok devices. It's the first couple seconds of the hit. It'll ramp it up a little bit quicker or slower, just depending on what you like. The fourth one is, I believe, your screen timer. Let me make sure that is your screen timer. Yeah, you can set how long the screen stays on for before it turns off. After that is your puff counter. You've probably seen those before. Then you have your setting for the screen. It allows you to flip it left or right as you prefer. I'm just going to leave it alone. After that comes your temperature coefficient resistance. The book does actually have a part where it will tell you what the resistance is for different types of wire, so that comes in pretty handy if you're looking to get into that. Give that a read. After that, you have your adjust initial. Sorry, let me get out of here. You have your adjust initial ohm, AIO. It allows you to set the initial resistance of your coil through this menu. It's a little strange way of doing it. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it is there. After that is your calendar, your time, your clock, and then followed by your on and off. It's a nice menu. It's really easy to use. All in all, I consider it a pretty good upgrade from the M80. It's also cheaper. I believe just the mod itself is retailing somewhere around $35. So I'm going to fill this up, talk about it, vape on it a little bit, and we'll go over the pros and cons. Alright guys, that was the up close and breakdown with the Smok Micro One starter kit. I wish this had been around when I started vaping. This is a $60 starter kit with a micro TFV4 and an upgraded M80. I've been loving it. It's been fantastic. I haven't had any issues with it. It's had great flavor right out of the box. The fuse Clapton coil is really good. The temp control coil is actually pretty good too, and I'm not even a big temp control fan. It's not a TFV4. It's not going to give you massive clouds like the TFV4 does. It's not designed to. It's a starter kit. It's designed for people looking to get into the sub-ohm scene, and it does that really well. It's at $60 for an 80-watt mod with temp control, Even has a temperature coefficient resistance setting, so once you get a little more into it, you can start setting your own temperature control settings a little bit better. It's been fantastic. It's worked great. I haven't had any issues with it. The coil's been holding up well. I'm still on my first fuse Clapton coil and the first temp control coil. It's been a great mod. It's been really enjoyable, and I'm a high wattage vapor, and I'm still been loving this thing. It doesn't mean I'd go out and buy the kit if you already have a setup. I might wait for the tank to be sold separately and maybe pick that up, because it has been a nice little vape. So all in all, it's been a great starter kit. I'd highly recommend it if you're looking to get into vaping. If you know somebody who's looking to get into vaping, maybe point them in this direction. $60, Smok Tech, any of the stores online are going to be selling it. A lot of places near me are picking it up, brick and mortar stores, so it should be pretty easy to find. So all in all, I hope you found this video helpful. Like, subscribe, it helps me out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try my best to get to them. Hope to see you soon. Till then, keep on vaping.